Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka Q&T. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So let me make sure everything is up to date here. At the current moment in time that I am recording this, we are seeing a nice little pullback on Bitcoin. I am expecting under 22K, but nonetheless, we're actually going to be outlining a little bit of a viewpoint on Quant, my idea around it as well. In regards to like the 24-hour span, we are seeing some altcoins moving on up, but I do expect these to actually turn around. On the 7-day span, we also do see some nice gains across the board still. I believe that Quant actually since then has pulled back under $100. I haven't been really kind of paying too much attention to it. I think that has lost most of its traction. So let me actually find out on the list. It looks like it's all the way down here. It might have actually turned red on the 7-day span. So yeah, it actually has. Sitting at about $99. Also, I do apologize if you guys do hear like my dog playing with his toy in the background. But here we are sitting at about like roughly $100. Trading volume is down about almost 20%. We came down to test about $97 and like 50 some cents. On the 7-day span, you also do see that nice little dip down to about like $95. Now, I did say something on Twitter that actually sparked a little bit of debate. We're going to be addressing that. On the more info tab here, though, on the holders tab, we have officially hit 60,000 holders. We hit it on the 20th, but of course this didn't update until just recent. But 60,000, it is a milestone, pivotal milestone as well. I look forward to the day where we are at 600,000, 6 million, and then 60 million. We are so early, honestly, on Quant. It's truly remarkable how early we actually are. We're going to be addressing that in this video as well. But nonetheless, I did say this on Twitter, and this is on a second tab that I'm going to talk to you guys about. But I said, I'm expecting Q&T to retest the $50 range one last time. First, we run to the $130 to $140 demand range. Then we come down for the $50 retest before continuation. And a lot of people, were actually arguing against me because I said something about like Bitcoin possibly being bottomed out. And a lot of people were saying like, if you don't expect Bitcoin to move down, how do you expect Q&T to test these levels? Well, I said this. I quoted, I said, you expect Q&T to hit $50, but Bitcoin is, to not go lower than, 20K. And I said, for anybody who is new here or doesn't understand how altcoins move, here's a chart to study. Alts can fall in multiple ways, not just by Bitcoin dropping. And of course, here you guys have it. Bitcoin dominance increases, Bitcoin increases, alts decrease. Bitcoin dominance increases, Bitcoin decreases. Decreases fast, dump on altcoins. And of course, the rest is history here. Increases, stable, stable. Decreases, increases. Increases fast. Decreases, stable. Decreases, stable, increases. And we're actually waiting for this one, this third one, where Bitcoin dominance is actually increasing, Bitcoin is staying stable. And then this is where you want to accumulate altcoins because, of course, the next major, move on Bitcoin could either be to, increase or decrease while Bitcoin dominance either, again, decreases, or we could possibly even see, Bitcoin dominance kind of stay stable for the most part while, prices stay stable, which is a very good sentiment for, this market to actually kind of jump in. And a lot of people will argue like, price doesn't really matter on Q&T, just buy it at any levels. And that's, totally fine. Again, like if you are like long term, but we're talking about short term here on how to, capitalize on our dollar range, not just kind of throw our money into, an altcoin every single day and just kind of hope for the best. And I know that a lot of people will average in constantly, and that's great. Again, like I think that is the best way to do it. Don't just buy like lump sums at all, one price, because again, that will only hurt you, even in the short term and also even in the long term. Because again, like you could have bought in like 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times your bag, if it does dip down. Now, here is my outline on the price move on Q&T. So currently we're in this like almost bull flag formation, which I'm actually expecting the same exact move that we've seen here, pretty much going up to this range. Now, if we're actually looking at something like this, it will be something similar to this move here. Now, this is where everybody's going to expect the same move, right? They're going to say, all right, well, now we're in a bull flag formation. Now we're going to go to the moon. But I actually think that we're going to see something like this back here, where we did see a formulation of almost a downtrend forming, and it's going to be a little bit of a slow move. Also, I do apologize if you guys hear my dogs in the background. Like I said, they are, something right now. They're going crazy. maybe they're going crazy because they're so excited about, QNT hitting $50. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, if we do have this trailing downtrend that actually occurs from up here, it would take a little bit of time to actually get back down into this range. Like we're talking about like November, right? Which, is that a possibility? Yeah, it could be, but I actually think that this happens a lot faster than that downtrend range from that time. Like that's just using bars graph. But if we're actually going off of something that we've seen in the past, maybe like this deep correction here, this is more viable of an option because we did have that uptrend followed by almost like a slight bull flag formation. But I'm just expecting some sort of move up to this demand range because this is going to be that like it's almost like a triple top, if you will, that we would see at this range going all the way back to like February. And this is what I'm actually eyeing right now, as we do have a lot of individuals saying, all right, like this is the breakout moment. Like we're going to $200, we're going to $300. And I've even seen like $1,000 calls on Twitter. And a lot of people saying like, Quant has depegged from the entire market. It's doing its own thing. During those times, that's when you really want to be kind of concerned about where we are in the market. I'm still just kind of looking at this from a bird's eye view and really kind of expecting this downtrend to actually occur. Eventually, we don't know exactly when, but something like this is, more of a viable option. It's going to be a little bit of a slow process, possibly. Who knows? But I just expect it to happen, simply because not only are we, at this current moment, in time, having a major uptrend in the market, while everybody's getting extremely bullish, everybody's, saying like this is it, we're going here, we're going there, all while we still have the FOMC meeting, we have the GDP report coming out in this month. Things could get a little bit, cautious at these current moment in times because we are seeing, events like that actually coming out, which every single time that we've had an FOMC meeting, we've pumped right into it and then dumped right after. And then the GDP report is most likely going to come back negative, and that's 2 quarters in a row where it is negative, which is a recession confirmed, which we could see, the indices act accordingly, which could also cause a, cascading factor around, this market. So this is what I'm expecting. This would be 2 bull flag formations, marching into it. Triple top almost confirmation, and then a retest of a demand range. And again, like there's no demand here. Like look at the demand down here. Like could it be, could we just test the $100 level one last time as a demand range? Is that possible? Sure. You could argue that it is. But I'm more so dead set on this like $56 level being the retest area, because again this is actually a major demand zone going all the way back to like roughly June of 2021, where we did see that multiple test of this level as well, which could be why I would say like this is the demand range that we will test, because we tested it even before going all the way to like the all-time high, which by the way back here we were trading at the exact same range that we are now. It was like a $99 level that we tested before having a slight downtrend. Here's that nice little uptrend, kind of going sideways at around like $85, and then boom, we tested this $56 level, which is why I'm also expecting that level to be tested one last time, and then we do see that further confirmation of continuation to the upside. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm watching for. And of course, like I said, a lot of people will argue against me. That's totally fine. I'm not going to. Like I don't really care about what other individuals say, because, I have my own opinion. You guys don't need to follow what I say. You guys don't need to expect what I expect. This is, at the end of the day, my opinion, nobody else's. So, of course, you guys do what you want. Average in. It's totally fine with me. A lot of my buys have been within the $50 to $100 level anyways. I have bought above $100 as well. I feel confident holding those positions long term, even if they are in the red. But, I like to maximize my, buying power, and I like to buy at levels that are demand zones and support zones. I don't like to buy when things are massively bullish and everybody's screaming more upside and getting extremely greedy at resistance levels. I just don't like to do that. But that's my, of course, like my take on it. But, yeah, you guys do you. But we actually do see here, this is from SPG or spglobal.com, sorry. And this is actually talking about where we are, headed in terms of like financial access and also like even flexibility. We do see our FinTech Nexus, formerly known as Lendit, brought together over 4,200 attendees in the New York City for the 10th annual Financial Technology Reference. Financial access and flexibility were, core initiatives, driving nearly every fintech vendor in attendance. The event demonstrated how digital banks are disrupting traditional banking models to make banking more accessible, as well as how fintech providers, both large and small, are finding ways to better serve the underserved and bring more people into the financial system. Furthermore, businesses are harnessing artificial intelligence and machine learning, or AI/ML, to establish new ways of evaluating financial health. Transactions are accelerating towards real time, and fintech firms are racing to address financial challenges and bring offerings to market. In this report, we dive deeper into several themes that emerged throughout the conference. Now, of course, the reason why I bring this up and the reason why we're talking about this isn't no connection to Quant at all. But what I'm talking to you guys a little bit more so about is digital banking. This is where things get a little bit interesting. So, providing financial flexibility, accessibility, and mobility through digital banking was a core theme throughout FinTech Nexus. Neobanks and traditional banks are, developing low-cost financial products and services while helping consumers build credit and better manage their finances. Removing, overdraft fees and offering fee-free checking and savings accounts are a few ways banks make financial products more accessible. Banks of all sizes are realizing the opportunity to better serve the underserved and bring more people into the financial system. Below, we highlighted, several digital banking, fintech firms that spoke at the conference, and of course, you guys do see them here. Talking about like the zero fee, banking sector. But we do see like decentralized finance and Web3. And by the way, like digital banking and like, the underserved markets being a focus point from like Ripple and companies like that within crypto. But we do see down here decentralized finance and Web3. So there is still some uncertainty over what Web3 will look like or how it will come to pass, but many organizations are already preparing for it. Over 51% of merchants strongly agreed that Web3 will play a strategic role in meeting their organization's e-commerce needs, according to our 2022 merchant study. However, only 1 in 3 merchants, 33%, has a formal Web3 strategy. Although Web3 is still in its infancy, organizations are beginning to plan for a broader decentralized future where information lives on blockchains. There is still strong interest in cryptocurrency, but the event highlighted numerous use cases for blockchain beyond cryptocurrency. For an example, they talk about tokenization here. They also talked about like decentralized autonomous, organizations built with smart contracts on a blockchain can sustain business without top-down management. Smart contracts as well. Each of these, use cases points to greater agility and efficiency. However, integrating, and using cryptocurrency and other blockchain applications with current technology remains a challenge. And this is where, of course, interoperability, comes into play. They're actually mentioning, Polkadot are enabling interactions between blockchains with interoperability, but, of course, Quant is not mentioned at all. Quant is never mentioned in these, which is funny, right? Because, like, again, if they knew about Quant, if they understood what Overledger was actually focusing on, it wouldn't even be in a question on how to interconnect between the legacy and crypto, world. But this is, like, at the end of the day, like, this is major names within the sector. Like, just a few of the names that spoke were, like, Goldman Sachs, New Holdings, Chime Financial as well. And, of course, like, that's just a few that spoke here. Like, there's a ton of other ones. Like, there's over 4,300 or 4,200. I was about to say 4,300. But also, funny enough, so I actually did a little bit of a deep dive in on this FinTech Nexus, which you guys are probably all aware about. But we do see down here, like FinTech Nexus, formerly, Lendit FinTech, is a diversified media company providing essential knowledge, connections, and inspiration to the entire financial services industry, creating a link between traditional finance and the, future of finance. Each year, we reach more than 70,000 unique banking, fintech, and investment executives through the, through our diverse portfolio of news, events, podcasts, webinars, white papers, newsletters, and our credentialed, education courses. Like much of the economy today, financial services is experiencing a rapid upheaval. We are seeing a multi-decade transformation where fintech will take center stage as everything becomes digital. FinTech Nexus is there for you, reporting the news on a daily basis and enabling real-time discussion and insights via digital media and live events. A multi-decade transformation where fintech will, take center stage as everything becomes digital. Interesting. So, over here, this is from July 20th, by the way. They are talking about decentralization and Web3. They're also even talking about digital banking. But they put a focus point on, of course, connecting to this It is a challenge. Interoperability is 100% needed. But how do we get to this multi-decade transformation through digitization without something like Quant? We don't. This is why I say like Quant is a major player. This is also why I say like I yeah, sure. Do I hope for $50? Is it possible to get to this range? Yeah, 100%. Do I average in still under $100? Yeah, sure. But I'm going to capitalize on this move down if we do see it, because again, like this is a major opportunity going forward. And I do think that when we talk about Web3 and decentralization in itself, it is still in its major infancy levels. That's why I say like we're so early to this game. Like I don't believe that people are realizing like the power behind crypto, but also like interoperability solutions like Quant. Like they mentioned, Polkadot for an example here, but again, like it's not the same. Like this isn't just blockchain interoperability. Like we are talking about interoperability at the core of the legacy systems to crypto from Quant's side. Like this is why it's such a major opportunity in this market. But yeah, I'm very excited for this because again, like this is a multi-decade transformation. This is also like a once in a generation opportunity. So this is like generational wealth, if you will. Going back to like even like think about Bitcoin at $50. Like thinking about it now is like wow, I wish I could have been there like for Bitcoin at $50. Well, guess what? We're going to basically see that happen with QT yet again. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.